All right, so the last piece of this chapter is where the employer defenses to discrimination. Um, and so, really, what we're talking about is the types of evidence that the employers introduce. And I've referenced several times the ping pong nature of employment litigation. And so, this is the type of stuff that the employers and their legal team will bring to light when they are given the opportunity to respond to the plaintiff or the discriminated party's prima facie case, right? Um, and the first is business necessity, all right? This is only applicable for disparate impact. It's not applicable to disparate treatment. So if the law, if the policy is procedure is discriminatory on its face, Irish need not apply, that type of thing. That doesn't fall under business necessity, right? Here's an example. Salon catering towards African American clients requires that a stylist understand the styling of African American hair. As it turns out, most of these stylists with that skill set are African American. So you have a disparate impact, right? That is going to make it more difficult for stylists who do not understand, or let me say it this way. It is difficult for stylists who do not understand African American hair to get jobs there, which has a disparate impact on, it could be Caucasian, it could be Indian, it could be any race or national origin besides African American, right? Well, it's the defense is it's a business necessity. We do African American hair. That's our specialty. Not to the exclusion of anything else, but that's what the salon does. All right? Well, that's a business necessity. That's a valid defense. All right? Bona fide occupational qualification, or BFOQ. All right? The idea is that this trait is required as an occupational qualification. It's necessary to do the job. All right. Now, I will say BFOQ is not a valid defense for the big three, right? Your race, color, or national origin. All right. Only valid for sex, which really amounts to gender. In this case, they're not the same, but for our purposes, we really mean gender here, and religion. All right. So you have the example in the book, which is a very good example, right? I can't get a job at Victoria's Secret as a bra fitter as a male because that would make the female clientele uncomfortable. Right? It's a bona fide occupational qualification that bra fitters be female. All right? Example on the screen. St. Paul's Catholic Church only hires Catholic priests. And this is valid because it's a church, right? And it's a Catholic church. It wouldn't make sense to hire Muslim or Protestant or, Jain, any other type of pastor to a Catholic congregation. All right, so that's another example of a bona fide occupational qualification. Seniority systems are valid, right? And this is interesting because for companies who have a past history of discrimination, this to some degree protects that past pattern of discrimination. All right. Seniority. Basically, you've been here longer, so you make more. All right. That's a valid defense. right? Two people do the same job. One's a white male, the other is an African American female, and the white male makes more. Well, if he's been there longer, the defense is seniority, and it's going to be a successful defense. Affirmative actions are designed to remedy past discrimination by giving preference to members of a protected class. All right. Title VII does allow for this. All right. It does not require it, and affirmative action programs only hold up if two things are present. Right? They're designed to remedy past discrimination. In other words, if we're in a company, the company has a past of documented discrimination, and they're trying to remedy that, i.e. diversify the workplace, and their policies or procedures do not make use of quotas or preference. All right. And that's affirmative action. Okay.